Senator Bill Cassidy from Louisiana with us right now. Senator, I assume you're not for a lot of these initiatives Democrats are pushing for, but what do you think can or even should happen Congress-wise in the next few months before the midterms?
Well, first, if you want to reduce emissions, you have to have a strategy that recognizes that there is an intersection between climate, energy, the economy of a country and of a family, as well as national security. I don't quite know what they're planning, but if we leave all of our fossil fuel in the ground, that means Germany burns more coal, and that means there's more global greenhouse gas emissions. It also means that Russia is stronger, and it also means that the economy of a family in Louisiana across our nation is worse off. This administration needs a strategy more than a talking point, and the strategy that incorporates those four things I just listed.
Senator, I'm just curious now that this inflation that we're seeing and the fear that what's going on in Europe now, where they're strongly suggesting conserve natural gas, harken back to times in this country where we were rationing gas in the 70s and the odd even days when you were able to fill up, if you were able to fill up. Do you think we're headed there?
We certainly could be headed there. Jamie Dimon is talking about $200 or $300 a barrel. I forget which, but it's incredibly high if this war persists. The Russians are talking about, in fact, appear to have shut down Nord Stream 1. So point being, we are vulnerable to decisions made by those in other countries. Our strategy should be to make us less vulnerable. And there's a strategy to do that. We should encourage Canadian oil production coming to the United States of America for refining, both to help the economy of our neighbors, but also to help our economy and to help the rest of the developed world, the rest of the free world. We need a strategy like that.
You know, I talked to the president's energy advisor yesterday, Senator Amos Uckstein, and among other things we brought up is his desire to say that coal is dead, don't use it, we're not going to bring it back, much like Germany is trying to bring it back right now. We don't want to follow that. I pointed out that coal makes up about 28% of the power sources at utilities that we are using to plug in and power all of these electric vehicles many are fond of. So you do away with that. What happens to all those EVs?
Yeah, totally with you. By the way, there's also a case for coal, and I'm a big believer in natural gas. Because of natural gas, we've been able to lower our emissions as a country in absolute amounts less than it was in 2004, and I think even going further back. But on the other hand, one advantage of coal, it's on site. And so if you have a wind drought like they're currently having in North Texas, and if you have somebody, as happened in the Great Freeze a winter or two ago, where suddenly natural gas is not available, the coal is on site. I don't think there should be a dominant role for coal, but there is a real role for coal in terms of giving us energy resilience against cyber attacks, natural disasters, and other things. We need to have a comprehensive strategy, not just this kind of mono focus on we want a talking point that coal is no longer with us.
You know, Senator, a lot of your fellow Republicans are assessing where your party stands in the midterms, optimistic of retaking the House, a little bit 50-50, quite literally, on what happens in the Senate, but disturbed, at least when it comes to Republican Governor Larry Hogan, who won the Republican contest for his job yesterday. It says that Dan Cox, the Donald Trump-backed candidate, is just too far right, too out of the mainstream to be considered, and he won't vote for him. I'm just wondering whether you think these type of candidates, Herschel Walker in a tight fight for the Georgia Senate seat, could jeopardize Republicans gaining the Senate.
Every state has a political personality. Maryland is a purplish state. If it's going to be a Republican, it's going to be a more moderate Republican like Larry Hogan, or like Charlie Baker was, the Republican governor of Massachusetts. And if you have somebody who's out of sync, that person's going to lose in that state. My state's conservative. I'm a conservative. I do pretty well in my state. And we just had a bunch of conservatives for a Louisiana brand qualify for our primaries coming up. I think what Hogan is pointing out is that the personality of his state might be different than the person nominated. I don't know him, but I'm presuming that's what the case is.
Nevertheless, you've been critical of Donald Trump in the past, and you've proven that. Hasn't hurt your political standing, but it has many of your colleagues, so they bowed to that. Do you think that will hurt the party, And longer term, if Donald Trump were to be the presidential nominee, it would hurt the party, or quite the opposite.
In the near term, voters are making their decision based upon, upon the border, upon crime, and upon inflation. And I think those will be the three issues that dominate this coming November. What happens 2 years after that, that's too far off, Neil. But I can say this coming election, it is going to be those three things, and those three things have suffered from Democratic mismanagement.
We'll watch closely. Senator Cassidy, great seeing you again. Be well.
Thank you.